cautiously optimistic. That's how pro-lifers are feeling after yesterday's Supreme Court hearing. Conservative justices indicated they might let a Mississippi law stand that restricts abortion after 15 weeks.
Well, the big question is, will they go a step further and strike down Roe v. Wade altogether? Heather Sells reports on the arguments inside the courtroom and the protests outside.
Almost 50 years after the Supreme Court legalized abortion, its new conservative majority is showing signs it will possibly allow the states to ban abortion much earlier in a pregnancy. And it may go even further.
A right to abortion is not grounded in the text, and it's grounded on abstract concepts.
Mississippi Solicitor General Scott Stewart defended his state's 15-week ban and argued that Roe has no basis in the Constitution, as did Justice Clarence Thomas.
If we were talking about the Second Amendment, I know exactly what we're talking about. If we're talking about the Fourth Amendment, I know what we're talking about because it's written, it's there. What specifically is the right here that we're talking about?
Stewart told the justices that the states, not the High Court, should decide.
You're arguing that the Constitution's silent and therefore neutral on the question of abortion. In other words, that the Constitution's neither pro-life nor pro-choice on the question of abortion, but leaves the issue for the people of the states or perhaps Congress to resolve in the democratic process. Is that accurate?
Right. We're saying it's left to the people, Your Honor.
The lawyer defending Mississippi's abortion clinic told the court that it must protect women's liberty and argued that women have come to rely on abortion.
We tried to emphasize just how important the right has been to women's ability to pursue a profession, to their health, to their lives.
And the liberal justices warned that if the court reverses Roe, it will face losing the public's trust.
Will this institution survive the stench that this creates in the public perception that the Constitution and its reading are just political acts?
What do we fight for, women and girls?
Outside the court, CBN's Tara Mergener spoke with worried abortion activists and upbeat pro-lifers.
Protesters on both sides started gathering here in front of the Supreme Court before sunrise as justices consider a case that could fundamentally change abortion law in this country.
This is a historical moment for the pro-life movement.
This case means a lot of danger for a lot of people.
Not even the experts are sure just how the court will rule.
It is hard to read the tea leaves, even as a constitutional attorney.
But after hearing the justices on Wednesday, there's a growing sense on both sides that change is coming.
I am optimistic that Roe will be overturned. You know, whether it's in this case or the next case or even the one after, we are making headway, and that's what's most important.
While Justice Roberts could be the one to hold back a sweeping ruling, both sides are preparing for the justices to overturn Roe. That would turn the issue over to the states, creating a new debate and perhaps a new sense of urgency around helping pregnant women and new moms. Heather Sells, CBN News.
Well, to those who say that a ruling overturning Roe will somehow create a stench and will the Supreme Court be able to survive, I would like to point out the stench was originally created when the Supreme Court legislated from the bench and created rights that did not exist under the Constitution. That is our social contract, that here are the rights of the people that the government cannot abridge. And if people want different rights or different things, number one, it's reserved to the states to do that. And then it's reserved to the legislative branch, the Congress, the Senate, to change things that have such a profound impact on our culture. The politicization of the court happened 50 years ago. Before that, yes, were there controversial decisions? You can point to a lot of them. But the whole drive to overturn Roe as a political action point happened because of Roe. And when you remove Roe, you actually depoliticize the court and you take it to where it should belong. It should belong in the Congress, in the Senate, and then in the state legislatures. That's the constitutional system. And if you need to be educated on that, well, then good grief. What Do you not understand when you start doing these things by unelected judges, you create outrage in the culture? Anyway, I think I could go on for a long time on this one. I won't. We'll see. A lot of court watching and even experienced court watchers are saying we can't read this. Regardless of the questioning from the justices, what the outcome will be, we won't know until we can actually read the opinion.